Hi nostalgic home cooks! Today I'm in the kitchen making a tender, melt-in-your-mouth pot roast. This classic beef dinner is cooked low and slow for the perfect tender beef and beyond delicious, flavorful gravy. Make sure to make enough for leftovers. This easy homemade comfort food meal tastes even better the next day after everything has a chance to mix and meld together in the fridge overnight. So let's get into the kitchen. This is how I make the classic beef pot roast. The most important part of this recipe is, of course, the beef. Getting the right type of beef is going to be the difference in a meltingly delicious beef dinner or a tough, dry chunk of meat. Some great choices of beef for this recipe are chuck roast, ribeye roast, eye of round, bottom round, and sirloin. You want a cut of beef that has fat and marbling throughout the roast. This marbling is what's going to melt during the slow cooking process and provide an abundance of flavor as well as a perfectly tender roast. I'm going to season the outside of the roast with plenty of salt and pepper, and then I'm ready to sear the outside of the meat. Into a large pot or Dutch oven on medium-high heat, add 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil and add in the beef. I'm going to let the outside of the meat brown and caramelize for a few minutes on each side. After I see that the one side has a nicely brown crust, I'm going to turn it over. Just keep doing this to each side of the roast until it is a beautifully deep golden brown. Remove the roast to a plate and set aside. To the pan, add 1 medium diced onion. I'm using shallots here just because I love the milder flavor, so feel free to use either. I'm going to cook these until they're softened and then add in 2 cloves of crushed garlic. Fry until everything is starting to color. Now I'm going to add in 3 cups of beef stock. Mix in 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 1 cup of red wine, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and 2 teaspoons of dried oregano. Return the beef back to the pan. Return to a boil, cover, reduce the heat, and simmer for 3 hours. Alternatively, if you don't have a large enough pan or pot, transfer everything to a roasting pan with a lid and cook in a preheated 325 degrees Fahrenheit or 160 degrees Celsius oven for 1.5 to 2 hours. The beef is done when the internal temperature is between 150 to 160 degrees Fahrenheit or 65 to 70 degrees Celsius. Leave the beef covered and allow it to rest for 10 minutes after removing from the heat. Make sure you don't skip this step. Resting the beef before slicing will allow all of the internal juices to reabsorb and redistribute throughout the meat. And now this restaurant quality tender beef dinner is ready to serve with your favorite side. Oh, and don't forget the magic of letting the leftovers develop flavor in the fridge overnight. The next day, I'm going to slice the remainder of my roast, place it in a casserole dish, and spoon the sauce over top. Cover with foil so nothing dries out, and bake in a 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius oven for 30 minutes. Enjoy! If you're a fan of deliciously simple vintage recipes and old-fashioned skills, then you'll want to check out this next video. Thanks for stopping by.